In today's video, we're going to do some chemistry. We're going to look at how the combustion products from fossil fuels or natural fuels create acid rain. We've got two 250ml conical flasks, and they have got about 100 millilitres of tap water in. I've got bromothymol blue indicator, which is a now range indicator, so it changes colour from blue through green to yellow in the pH range around neutral. I've also got some universal indicator. I've got a bung that fits in the flask, a one-hole bung and some splints. So I'm going to use the bung to hold a splint. I'm going to break it about in half so that I've got a splint that fits in the flask. I'm going to put a little bit of bromothymol blue indicator into this flask. Use a little bit more than normal so you can see the colour. And that's a blue colour at the moment, so it's blue is a neutral indication. So pH about 7. Now, our splint is going to be our fossil fuel. So I'm going to light the splint. You can use a Bunsen burner. And I'm going to put it into the flask, and it will burn for a few seconds and then go out. And if we mix the smoke with water, so we dissolve the gases, we can see that the carbon dioxide produced from the wood burning is dissolving in the water and changing the pH. It's going green, so it's going more acidic. So it's producing carboxylic acid, which is a very weak acid. Now, in the very weak acid isn't enough to change universal indicator, which is why we're using the bromothymol blue. It's yellow in this flask because it was made up in distilled water, which is slightly acidic. Now, fossil fuels also contain things like sulfur or sulfates and nitrates, and worse acid rain comes from the sulfur dioxide in the air, from the sulfur that's in compounds that are being burnt. So I've got a tub of some ground up sulfur. I'm just going to dampen the splint a little bit and pick up a little bit of sulfur on there. I only need a very small amount on the splint. I'm going to use universal indicator this time, which is green when it's neutral. Nice good colour so you can see. And this time I'm going to light the splint. Now, there will be a very little sulfur dioxide given off, so you need to be in a well ventilated room and not have asthmatics near to the demonstration. Although it's a poisonous gas, we're not producing very much of it at all. So I'm doing the same with that. Oops. Lighting it and putting it in. It uses up some of the air in there, and this time we should see the colour changing of the universal indicator. Now, this won't happen with just the splint on its own. You do need the sulfur dioxide, which dissolves in the air to make a stronger acid. You see it's gone yellow. It won't go red, but that's an indication that that's a stronger acid from the very small amount of sulfur in the products of combustion. When this happens in the atmosphere, of course, it's very small air vapour in the atmosphere that then forms, that the gases dissolve in, and then it forms larger droplets and falls as rain, which can affect plant life and things like limestone and shells of creatures in the ocean and bones of creatures in the ocean as well. So that's our acid rain and products from combustion causing the acid rain.